Yeah, the international break is over and all the players are back to their clubs, and we are on the onset of the fourth or the match game four of the English Premier League. Um, Today, I'm gonna make a prediction about the games that we play today, and the first game today that comes on is the game between Arsenal and Nottingham Forest. Um, we know Arsenal suffered a defeat in the last in the on the game in the game between them and Liverpool. Before the international break, and this is an opportunity to have a bounce to bounce back, and we have Arsenal playing Nottingham Forest at the Emirates Stadium. Um, Nottingham Forest, they have a new manager in the place of Ange Postecoglou, the former Tottenham manager, and after the, uh, the manager at Nottingham Forest was sacked by Nottingham Forest, and we have Ange Postecoglou. Today, are we going to have a new manager bounce? I don't think so because the circumstances surrounding the exit of I think is it Experimento or Espirito, I don't know. That's the name of the coach, the former coach in Tottenham, Nottingham Forest. He's done very well in that club, but somehow I don't think he's been well rewarded by Mr. Marinakis, because Marinakis is an owner who, you know, tends to, like, delve into the um, he kind of micromanage the club. Sometimes when you have owners who are just like want to have their eyes in everything, or even with what is happening in the pitch, or even getting on the pitch, it's always very very difficult for the manager. So Nuno left, and we now have Ange Postecoglou. Yeah, what's Ange gonna do? We know how Ange, with his normal style of play, and we over the time we've seen how he tries to, like, he play high lines. But for me today, I think regardless of his tactics, I think Nottingham Forest will be subdued by the Gunners at the Emirates. So I'm predicting a 3-0 win for Arsenal. And the next game online is AFC Bournemouth versus Brighton. Yeah, Brighton. I think they're very formidable side, very good, well coached team. So also is Bournemouth, and we have Anton Semeya, the guy who's been like the main player in Bournemouth. So I think Bournemouth playing at home, I think it's gonna be a 2-1 win for Bournemouth. Then the next game is Crystal Palace versus Sunderland. Sunderland, they really got, yeah, they nearly promoted into the EPL, and somehow they've been flexing their muscles. They've been, be on top of it, and this is gonna be a tough game. But I see Crystal Palace, despite the departure of Eze, they're very well coached team, and I think somehow they're gonna edge it. Uh, I see in this game, I see a 1-0 win by Crystal Palace. Now, Everton versus Aston Villa. Emery has had a very poor start to the season, and Everton, to an extent, they've been able to, like, overcome some kind of challenges that people expected them to encounter. But playing in their new stadium, that's another thing, because they are all fired up, and I think they're gonna do something in this game. I see that game, I see Aston Villa going away to upset Everton, because Emery needs to win, because they've fallen behind. They really need to win. So I think it's gonna be a victory, an away victory, for a narrow away victory to Aston Villa. Um, in the other game, we have Fulham versus Leeds United. Honestly, I think Fulham is gonna take that one, 2-0 to Fulham. Newcastle United versus Wolves. The departure of Alexander Isak from Liverpool, the controversial from Newcastle, the controversial departure of Alexander Isak somehow has impacted Newcastle, but somehow they're able to bring in new players, which I believe they're gonna do something very great. They're still gonna find their ways to put their heads above the water. So I think I expect Newcastle to beat Wolves. Yeah, 3-1. West Ham United versus Tottenham. That's a London derby. West Ham United, they haven't been that great this season, and we saw somehow some kind of resurgence of Tottenham, under the new manager, and I see this game is going to be some kind of very tough game. So I think I give it a draw. It's a draw. Tottenham Hotspur and West Ham United, or West Ham United versus Tottenham Hotspur, it's gonna be a draw. And the last game for today is Brentford versus Chelsea. No, Chelsea wins. Yeah, they're playing in good form. Chelsea wins. It's another London derby, but I think Chelsea wins this. So we're gonna be back here to see and to talk about the outcome of these games, and to do what they call it, a review of the games, and we'll take it on from there. So guys, keep a finger crossed and have a juicy weekend of the English Premier League.